What's up? We're so back. We're tanned. In my case, I'm pink.
I'm feeling sick about it.
You're feeling sick. I get pink, pink, pink. I also got so hot in Rome. We can get into detail of that, but we're both sort of Euro tripped. We're here to report from the continent.
I'm experiencing world historic levels of post-vacation ennui.
Yeah.
The week coming back, there's something about being away from your job and realizing how easy it is to fill your day with stimulating experiences that when you don't have your job, and then you come back and you're like, I'm supposed to sit in this office for 7 hours every single day.
I know, it's like that. Yeah, you vacation, that is you. That's who everyone should be.
And it wasn't even that relaxing of a vacation. We did best friend's birthday party, wedding, intensive family time with my 90-year-old grandmother.
Oh, beautiful.
100-degree weather the whole time.
Let's go.
And even still, I was like sick to be back here. I was like physically ill as well. Like I think 2 weeks being off of screens also is like the hard re-entry.
Yeah, that'll rewire your brain.
Yeah.
The neuroplasticity is real because when you go to Europe, you're happy.
Oh my God, you're happy. You're drinking whole milk every day. You're, getting blasted by the Mediterranean sun.
There is something about coming back also to the US where you immediately get like puffy. It's probably like some RFK Jr. the food is poison stuff going on.
Yeah.
Where you just like hold water weight, you're inflamed like immediately when you get
suddenly back. All the clothes that were looking amazing on me. I mean, to bring it back to the topic at hand, on vacation are like lumpy and weird, and I'm lumpy and weird. Like it's not.
Yeah. You're back to being a lump.
It's been tough. Yeah.
We had, Michaela had a sort of a tough re-entry in that she went an extra leg on an extra destination for our trip and went to Corsica. And
beautiful.
When she came back, it was like smoke, lettuce diarrhea, storm, huge storm. It wasn't good. It was like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse were all happening.
Yeah.
And I had already been back for about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days. And I'm like, hey, like, welcome back to hell.
Oh.
Yeah.
You do any good shopping?
This was not the most shop heavy trip I've had. Last year, I like blacked out when we went to Paris on the way back, and I like completely blacked out and bought a bunch of stuff, bunch of vintage like Comme des Garçons shirts. It was amazing.
Yeah.
This time around, the only serious purchase I made was we went to the Margaret Howell store. There's like a discount store, like a APC surplus type thing.
Cool.
In London. And even though it was like European Heatwave, there was a great sweater there for a great price. And I just was like, okay, I'm stocking this and I'm going to rock it in the fall.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I bought some extremely seasonally inappropriate items.
Yeah.
And they also were like, I might as well have bought like bricks to put back into I bought like jeans and a winter coat and shoes, and I'm like lugging them around, up and down the cobblestone streets in my fucking suitcase. And that's always how it goes for me. I always just find the like single heaviest thing in the store, and I'm like, well, I simply have to have this.
Yeah. The one sort of big fashion-y moment, I would say, of the trip as well was that Michaela we went to Ponza.
I don't know it.
It's this island, sort of probably like an hour, 2-hour ferry ride west of the mainland. Very tiny. You can basically get to one end or the other in an afternoon, not even.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Michaela booked this like kind of boutique-y B&B hotel that is the former home of the Fendi family.
Oh,
Oh, they still own it. I'm hearing. I'm getting some intel now that they still own it.
feel like
And well,
I'm hearing that.
my impression is that it used to be a private residence, and now they own and operate it as like a hotel.
Cool.
And it was totally reasonable, price wise and everything. And there was like basically nothing Fendi about it,
Right.
except for they put the blow dryer in a Fendi handbag.
Like
And
an adjuster.
that was the only thing that was like Fendi about it. It was like beautiful. Island was great, whatever. So it was brand aligned in that way, I would say. But basically the only item was the blow dryer in
That's great.
the leather bag.
I kind of similarly, I did do some shopping, but it was so hot. It was like 100 degrees every day that
Yeah.
it actually kind of felt like anti-conservationist of my clothing to wear it out in public because I was like, I'm just gonna ruin it. Like I'm gonna,
Right.
and then I'm just like dripping gelato onto myself and like and then I was like with my family, and I was like, well, I have to look like a slob in front of my family because I'm on vacation. Like
Yeah.
it was a very funny. I packed kind of all wrong. It wasn't very. Our last trip to Italy, we went right before the Biennale, and we went because my friend was having an opening at the Peggy Guggenheim, and that was like glamour, 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 fits every
Yeah.
night.
Let's
And this was really like my rattiest tank top, drenched in sweat, speckled with dark chocolate, just all over it.
I mean, I
It's
think that's like,
fabulous.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's like the way to go. We wanted to do sort of a Euro summer debrief, but like, I felt that like the way once we arrived, the move was to kind of be like as Euro dirtbag as possible because it was
Totally.
simply like too hot. And if you saw someone like getting the fit off,
Yeah.
I mean, from the male perspective, it's like the knit polo with the white linen pants with the loafers or whatever. You know,
You're just like, what the
it's
hell?
just like what? Yeah, it is
Was
so
there
crazy.
much?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and it's like I'm a tourist, of course,
yeah,
but I'm not that kind
yeah.
of tourist. And that gives you some nice superiority feeling.
I almost felt on this trip, I don't know if I mean, I guess it would have been different if I was in Paris or Rome. I was in all of these little, cities.
Yeah.
Um, it almost felt like too conspicuous to be throwing a fit, like in,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it was kind of just inappropriate for the setting at hand. And yeah, comfort was king, and it almost like would have, I think, outed you as a tourist to be sort of like ostentatiously having a fabulous look on when it was like 110 degrees and everyone's just like trying to like get lunch.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, look, the climate apocalypse is coming for
Yeah.
American Euro trips.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. I'm curious, what's your grandma, what's her
What's
style
she wearing?
yeah, what's she wearing? What's her style portfolio?
She is wearing, you know what is impressive is that she is wearing not a heel, but like a
Mm,
small platform mule sandal up and down. She's 90, up and down like cobblestone steep
yeah,
hills. She's like not going to be caught dead in an orthopedic shoe. Like this is a generation of women who are going to be wearing a chic leather sandal until the day that they die, until their, last dying breath. Um, Summertime, she's rocking just sort of like a lovely linen midi dress, just like very, very simple. She looks amazing.
yeah,
Um, she's giving me some hope for my own genetic, viability.
yeah. She's in the blue zone, dude.
She's in the blue zone for real. And it's ironic because she is the kind of hypochondriac who believes herself to be dying at every single moment. There's a running joke in our family. We were at the sea one time, and it's the Mediterranean, so it's like as still as a lake,
Yeah,
just like calm, just beautiful, glassy. And it was maybe like this. And
yeah,
she goes, sea is very rough today.
yep.
And now it's sort of a mythological.
Now, just looking at it's like beautiful, picturesque, and it's just like,
She's
Yeah.
like, no,
No.
it's very rough. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, did you have any other like big takeaways, things that you saw abroad that you were like, they're not doing this in New York yet. They're not
Honestly,
doing
it
this in
was kind of the
America.
opposite. I think it was more than because I've been going to Italy regularly my whole life to
Yeah.
see my family. I feel like over the years, things have gotten more and more exactly the same as in the US.
Yeah.
And this time, the harbinger of that phenomenon, overwhelmingly was the ubiquitous presence of Birkenstocks among the Europeans. I was shocked
Wow.
to see it. Every single European was wearing a pair of Birks, and
Yeah.
I can't say I liked it. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Birkenstocks? We've never talked about this because I'm a little bit afraid to, but
Okay, I have the like Boston's, the like clog ones, the Birkenstock, um, yeah, whatever, like the mule clog looking ones. And I've had a pair of them basically like I've always had a pair since high school, basically.
yeah.
I went to like it was a Jesuit prep school, but it was sort of known as like kind of the stoner hippy dippy Indiana private high school. Which is like again a lot of a lot of modifiers there. So Birkenstocks were like popping, but it
Uh-huh.
was always the clogs. No
Yeah.
one really, and Sperry's in a kind of
Right.
stonery
No
way.
one was wearing the sandals.
No one was really wearing the sandals.
Interesting.
And I think that I've decided kind of somewhat recently, I feel like I've sort of changed my tone on it. And I'm like, the leather, especially the suede sandal ones, like the leather ones, um, I think they're kind of nasty. I think people
Yeah.
are wearing them. There's some
They're always
people, I saw
damp.
someone talking about it. It's like people have some fucked up feet, and
Oh
we've
my
all gotten a
God.
little too comfortable.
I've definitely like thrown on my roommate when when I lived with roommates, thrown on a pair of Liz's Birkenstocks to go down and get the mail. And I'm like,
Yeah.
they're always a little damp in like an
Oh,
extremely disconcerting way.
yeah. They
And
like
it's just
pick
like,
up the oil and
right. And
retain
it's like,
it.
of course, this is basically like one huge foot sponge. And it's just sopping up whatever you've got going on.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of my most flammable takes, and I really try to keep it under wraps because a lot of dear friends and loved ones do regularly wear Birkenstocks, and I have nothing but love and respect for them in my heart. But I do find them to be basically a non-shoe. They to
To
me,
be a sponge.
if you or just like, and also just like, yes, to be a sponge practically speaking, and then like sartorially speaking, to be like the absence of a shoe more than anything else. Like
Yeah.
if you're wearing a Birkenstock, it's because you couldn't have a thought about what shoe to wear, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
even a flip-flop is saying something more than a Birkenstock, and what it's
Yeah.
saying is something I can't really get down with, but at least it's something, you know.
Yeah. It's like anti-fashion or something, or like,
Yeah.
uh, yeah. I
Yeah,
no. I mean,
sorry to
I'm
go off on the
no,
bird.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Look, I'm kind of with you. I mean, like, yeah, I think I've always liked this sort of how they yeah, I mean I think they're hideous. Like I don't think the Boston clog like I've noticed like hype beast guys are super into them and I'm like these are ugly ass shoes. Like I've
Right.
been wearing them for 15 years at this
Is
point now.
it
They are hideous, but they are really comfortable.
Well, I for some reason, I think this is a me thing. I have a mental block. There's a lot of things that I find to be ugly that I still think are like really valuable things to wear, you know, like because of their utility or because
Yeah.
they are like, but I have a mental block with Birkenstocks where I can't really, they don't really work as like work. They don't really work as like gorp core or norm core to me. Like
Yeah, yeah,
they don't even really sort of fall into that kind of paradigm for me.
yeah.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
my own thing, but I don't know why that is.
No, I mean, I think there's like what the conversation people aren't willing to have is that I think they are kind of just like suburban. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think people maybe branding wise, um, it's kind of like Fish, Burlington, Vermont, like crunchy, hippie Ben and Jerry's
Yeah.
ass. But I think like it is probably the truth is probably that they're more like suburban than one would let on. Like I wore them a lot because it's like You
You get
know,
more.
I'm getting in the car. Yeah, like in
Yeah.
high school, it's like I was getting in the car and
Yeah.
then I would get out of the car and I only have to walk like 100 feet. And
Yeah.
I would also wear them in like the snow, like just getting them fucked up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
They're
and then
kind
it'd
of
be
like
like,
an UGG in that way,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, they're like an UGG.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
totally.
they are funny. They are like a cherished item of mine, but I mean, I'm kind of like 100% with you.
Okay.
They're gross.
And they have arrived in Europe in a major way.
Yeah.
So that was something I noticed, and I'm curious about you. What were you seeing?
Yeah. You know what I have tapped in on? I was surprised by the amount of like American sports apparel that I
The
was
New York Yankees
seeing.
cap is a classic one. The
Say that
European,
again.
the New York Yankees cap. The Europeans are obsessed with that.
Yeah, the Yankees are obsessed. Yeah, obsessed with that. And then even just like because I like to go to sort of the charity shops
Mhm.
no matter where I go. And so it was like I forget what the brand is. There's like a chain that I think is just like the whole continent essentially. Because I saw it in
Maybe
Lisbon.
Mana vintage.
Yeah, it might be something like
There's
that.
like one of them in every country. There are like a lot in Portugal and a lot in Italy and
Yeah.
yeah,
And
kind of
I
L train coded a
yeah,
little.
yeah, 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 big time.
Yeah.
And they so I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna like maybe get a soccer kit. World Cup was still going on while I was there. Like the
Right.
knockouts had just started. And I was surprised by how many just like straight up NFL jerseys
Mm,
were there and basketball jerseys and stuff. And it's also funny too because the players that they have over there, like sometimes I'm just like, oh damn, like why is there a Carolina Panthers jersey for this like linebacker who wasn't even that good or
yeah.
something like that? And I'm sure that happens all the time here where it's like some Arsenal jersey for
Yeah.
some guy that, you know, played a long time ago or
Or
whatever.
or like the not to cite my own self, but when I was reporting that vintage jerseys story,
Yeah.
there was this guy who was telling me that the ASAP crew came through his like kiosk when he was selling at a convention or something, and they like fell in love with this like Rotterdam green jersey, just like completely random. Like no one is a Rotterdam fan. Like it like
Yeah.
and this specific kit was like nothing special, like no tournaments won, no like interesting design lore to speak of. And they were just like, hell yeah, this looks so cool with my
Ooh,
jeans.
fuck
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think that's like funny thing about the international sporting and just like yeah, even like the Carolina Panthers, I'm like I think I their uniforms I'm like I think are cool, but then like I can't divorce it from just like
Yeah.
how it's kind of freaking random. It's like
It's
Charlotte, the
just so
Charlotte NFL team,
yeah.
I can't
It's
like
such weird, it's stolen valor, and there's no kind of valor to be had. It's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's both far removed, and also it can't even be ironic because there's not even a relationship with the original thing
yeah,
to sort of
no.
be riffing off of.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe again, I'm just like a tourist, but frankly, like on Ponza, this island, like, we just kind of bopped around the shops and there's just a lot of cute stuff. And
Yeah.
maybe you're just like in the zone, but it is so like Ariel, Little
Yeah.
Mermaid. You get into it. There's
Yeah.
good linen shirts, good linen
Totally.
pants, and you're
And
like this random ass boutique. I'm sure it's kind of bullshit. It's like being in Key West or something if
totally.
you're in the US,
But
but you just get into it.
But I think it's different than Key West in that, like, similarly, I feel like I was always just bopping into the like most randomista boutique in the town of Cortona or something. And
Yeah.
it's all kind of a little bit like mom clothes or sort of like, but I think the thing that is different than Key West is like there are millions of these little like whatever boutiques, but they're not corporate. They're actually just like someone has just owned that storefront for like three generations and they just make two sales a month and that's that. And even if the stuff is not like particularly mind-boggling, it just at least still has like it just like not every single person is going to have that exact same stupid little linen shirt that you bought, you know what I mean? And there
Yeah.
is something kind of mentally clarifying and mentally sort of like refreshing about that, about being in a place that's not all chains, even if it's not so special. And I don't know.
This is also kind of random in that it's not like a store or anything, but it has like informed my aesthetic view since being in Europe, which is we went to the Pantheon and I just was like, this is
So old.
sublime.
Yeah.
It's so old, but I was
Yeah.
like, this is so current. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was looking at I was in like an Oscar Niemeyer building and I was in a 3,000-year-old building
I
or however.
know.
I found it sublime. It was
Yeah.
like classic and modern at the same. It's out of time. It's
I
amazing.
think totally. I think that that's a thing that as I get older, because when you're a kid, you can't really hold the scale of time in your head, you know,
Yeah,
and you're just seeing something. Everything that was 40 years ago old might as well be 3,000 years old to you because you've been on this
yeah,
planet for 5 seconds.
yeah,
And the older that I get, the more I am kind of just like stunned by the interplay of contemporary and ancient life in these places. Like
yeah,
we see it in Perugia for a while, and it's like, you know, it's like drunk teenagers in jorts, like smoking next to like a 3,000-year-old ruin, you know, like getting like cigarette smoke all over this like ancient statue. And there, it's just really, we sound like people who've like been to Europe one time and now we're like, have you heard of Europe? It's like fucking
no, no, no. But
there, but it's
it's
true.
worth like commenting. Like I think the texture of life, and maybe that's part of your come down. You're living too hard in the present. It's New York.
No,
It's New York. It's skyscrapers. It's Mickey Mouse now.
there's no
But
perspective. I was gonna ask you if how your outlet Margaret Howell experience was and what you got.
oh yeah, I mean it was great. It was very bare bones. I can't tell if that was a design choice or whether it was like a temporary space. And then let me just grab it. One
Yeah,
sec.
grab it.
It's right around the corner.
I kind of figured that maybe instead of a major what's in our carts, we would do a little bit of a haul.
Yeah. Just screaming. Yeah, this is what I got. Very simple, sort of just like
Probably.
one thing I kind of like about it is that it cinches at the waist here,
Yeah, so you can
this
kind
like
of hike
brown
it up.
stripe. And it kind of reminds me, they're a little goofy when you see them. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I love when when there's that little bit of elastic and you can sort of hike a sweater up and have it bunched up a little more.
Yeah, it sort of reminded me of I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like these kinds of that's not quite it. But here we go. Yeah, see how like
Yeah.
cinched at the waist it gets here? It looks really weird when you're like looking at it. You're like, what is this sort of like yeah, it just looks kind of
I think it
strange, but
gives you,
it just kind of tucks in nicely and it
yeah.
fits well.
And I think it gives you a
Um
little more versatility with like if you can wear it with something higher waisted or lower waisted, you get to kind of decide where it
yeah.
hits you. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was great. I want to London like discount. That's not
Probably an
good.
outlet store, right?
Outlet, yeah. Let me do outlet. Um, which one did I go to? Oh yeah.
Sales shop.
Oh yeah, this was it. Um, so it was just extremely I was
It's
hoping they
so
would have
interesting because
I was hoping they'd have the inside view, but it's just like, very chill.
yeah. I didn't
I feel
even
like it's temporary.
I didn't even think of her as having so much inventory that she could have like an outlet store.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's all just like last season stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was great. Big recommend to people when you're over there. And also it's just like a little bit more affordable. I don't
Yeah.
know what exactly the like percentage off is, but when you're in the UK, your dollar goes a little bit further.
Yeah.
Um, there's not as much
Fun.
shipping and handling costs on their end. So yeah, it was sweet.
I did mostly vintage.
Yeah, let's see what if you have some stuff on hand.
I have some stuff on hand. I did. I there are some fabulous little, in every town I just managed to there was just like one place to shop.
Yeah.
And half of the time it was closed. Though half the time it was closed. But I did get lucky. I the fun what these are one fun one. These are Miu Miu
Whoa.
wedges, but
Whoa.
they're kind of like party ballet flat on the front, sporty spice on the back.
Yo,
They
these
look
are
really
awesome.
they look really cool. I couldn't really leave them behind. This was in a great store in Siena called Aloe and Wolf, which was kind of like almost like museum quality, true vintage
Wow.
Italian designers. And I at the same place. This is mind you, it was 100 degrees there, but I did
Yeah,
also
this is me getting the sweater too.
have no choice but to get this
That is fat.
lamb,
Yeah, you
this
mind giving a stand up here?
little capelet situation.
Is this a potential wedding
It
look?
is
It's gonna be too warm, probably though.
well, I don't know. In the American air conditioning, maybe not, David.
Yeah, in the
You know
in
what I
the good
mean?
old fashioned American air conditioning.
And I'm always cold, and that is certainly, regardless of whether I do end up wearing it at the wedding, that is certainly how I justified it to myself.
Does it have a clasp or it's
Yes, it has a
fully?
little clasp right here.
Wait, this is so
Isn't
swag.
it cute?
I was thinking about that. Here, let me see if I can find it really quickly. This is so what I'm about to show you is so beyond random. If I can find it. I was watching this random movie on the Criterion Collection, and it was like the British noir section. And I just thought I took a photo of this and then sent it to Michaela because it inspired me so much. But I just was like, these women in these little capes.
Yeah,
It takes
yeah.
place. The premise of the movie, we don't have to get that into it, but the premise of the movie is they like are there's a murder in a World War II hospital, like during the Blitz. Um, extremely like my speed type of shit. But yeah, I was just like, these capes are amazing. And if
The little
someone,
capes.
I'm like, what? This would actually go so hard. Like, and
I
it
think
seems
it
quite practical.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of thing that like has not just by pure chance hasn't had like a real moment in the sun again. I feel that way about ponchos too. I'm like kind of ready for ponchos to come back in a major way. But
Yeah.
I think the time will come. I think their time will come. They look so they're like warm. They kind of
Yeah.
that if the girls are already wearing all their jackets like off their shoulders without the
Right.
arms in them anyway. We might as well go full hog with the capes.
I know. That's right. It's like, okay, everyone's doing the like Molly May big blazer
Yeah,
Love Island thing. You might as well just like do that.
totally.
I did kind of want to share some things that like I pulled up link wise because
Share
it'll
some
give you
things
a
that
good it'll give
Share some things link-wise with me.
yes, we'll do. It's gonna give you a glimpse into like how I'm thinking about stuff because I recently was like I was having a conversation with someone um and I was just like realizing they worked at like a nice tailor and I sort of was realizing like wait, I have like a different, I'm never gonna have this level of expertise. And
Hmm.
then I was just like, I don't even know if I like clothes in that way.
Like in a kind of nerdy
Yeah, sort
way.
of. Like,
Yeah.
and it's sort of, and I mean, obviously I'm down to bring like a rigor to it, but I was like, and also I just am like not feeling my preppiest, which
Yeah.
when that's happening to me, that's gonna be that's tough.
That's gonna be yeah.
That's my
That's your bread and
bread and
butter.
butter. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. I
So
mean, I think that men in general suffer from like I don't know if it's like because of the way homosocial bonding happens or because of competition or just because of the way that like menswear is situated historically like as a form of garment making. But y'all are obsessed with rules.
yeah,
Speaking of rules, like apropos
yeah,
of the conversation, and I feel like it's like sometimes feels safer for men to enter the fashion space by getting really fucking nerdy about like
yeah,
shoulder to waist ratios and like seam counts and stitch counts and things like this. Whereas I think women are maybe
yeah.
socially
Women,
at a younger
yeah,
age to have like a more not like a it's still deeply fraught and deeply like weighty, but it's not mired in it's not crowdsourced and like
It's not
dictated
like
by
yeah,
me.
they're bringing the same. I mean, I do it. I've done this. They're bringing the same level of like football analytics, like
Yeah.
how many rushing yards someone had in a season, kind of
Yeah.
bringing that to like denim weaves. And
Yeah.
I like all that stuff, but it did kind of dawn on me, and I actually felt an immense sense of freedom realizing like, oh, this is like I'm not thinking about it that way. And all of a sudden I felt like, oh, there's like not, it's not a competition.
It's not a competition. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't know why, like it just has dawned on me.
Yeah.
It's kind of been an amazing realization. But this is
Yeah.
all to say, one of those rules for me was like nylon, rayon, polyester. That
Out.
shit sucks. That's
Yeah.
out. Only natural fibers. And
Yeah.
look, I get like the environmental thing of it all. And I do
Yeah.
think that like polyester, when it's in your like Lululemon pants that are for the office, like that looks like shit.
Yeah.
But
Or
I
your
am like,
sweater.
I'm actually like, you know what? I do like nylon. I think it feels nice.
Well, I also, David, you have like such an, I think of you as having sort of an affinity for like 80s colors, 80s graphics.
Yeah.
Like you like these moments and like yes, you have your sort of like preppy natural fibers, linens and heavy cottons, but I think you also like a nice windbreaker or like a more,
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's been anyway. So this is one of them. I'm like, I have no clue what literary sport is. It
I think
does
I I think
it.
I think it's cool. I think this really cool chick runs it actually, who's like a long
Okay.
stylist of men, if I'm remembering correctly.
Because it does feel like it has the potential to be, they mashed up two words together that are like cool right now, which is like sports and books.
It is a crazy name for a brand, literary sport. It's like, what are we talking about here?
But whatever, I'm into it. And I just really
Yeah,
like, I mean, like this is a major David outfit. Like I would wear
yeah,
this a
great
million
color.
times. And I
Yeah.
like that it's like this shirt, especially. I love lapis. And yeah, I like this general thing. I think like as the climate changes a little bit, this sort of like nylon, is it a shirt? Is it a jacket? Is it hiking gear? Is it
Yeah.
formal? Like that's where I kind of want to be.
Yeah, totally. I also love that
And
it's
that's anyway, that's that.
I love that. I also think there's not a lot of opportunity for men to wear things that are sheer. Like there's just like not a lot of
Yeah.
clothes that are made with that purpose in mind. And this is a really fun way to like you kind of have to do layering in this shirt, even if your body is just the first layer that's being seen, because like there's going to
Yeah.
be texture that comes through underneath, which is really nice.
So yeah, I mean, look, I'm not the most liquid I've been in my life, so this might have
So
to
you and
take a
me
bit of a
both.
pause.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be keeping my eyes peeled. I can't wait for when it's freezing cold and I buy this for next spring, summer.
Yeah, totally. To get something to get excited about.
Do you want to talk about these shoes that you sent me?
Yeah, let's talk about the shoes, and then I have two more things from the haul to show you, and then I'll be good to go.
Okay, perfect.
These are also like seasonally, everything is a bit seasonally out. These
Yeah,
are
we're
just
like summer's
right.
over.
Or I feel like summer's over, honestly. I'm like, I came back from vacation. I'm ready to have
So
this wedding.
summer out. Seasonal
Summer's out.
depression in.
I am so into these. I
Yeah,
am
these are
addicted to a square toe. I've always been that way. I've always worn a square toe. I love that the laces go all the way to the tippy end.
yeah. I'm
Um,
listening. I'm just grabbing Michaela.
yeah, yeah. I just love that brown color. I love the little block heel. I think that these peeking out under jeans is going to be just as cute as wearing them with some stockings. I'm also trying to ideate about what it would mean to wear tights with shoes that are not just tall boots, and I think that maybe these could be a strong contender in that arena.
Yeah, that is an interesting, yeah, tights that are not just with tall boots.
Tights are such a tights are such a they are such a thing to contend with in the winter months.
These are really they're kind of like mod meets like Victorian child as well.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
They also kind of harken back to when I was a a young hipster thrifting in Williamsburg at the age of 15, 16. And there was like a lot of because it was like sort of like one of the first waves of vintage obsession, there were a lot of like shoes that were like kind of like too small and kind of like
Yeah.
lace like little lace up boots and like little like elvish sort of like silhouettes and like really low profile like
I feel like also they made like a
things.
ton of this is not that, but like this is sort of the kitsch cousin, which is like the sort of heeled Mary Jane or sort
Hmm.
of like female derby shoe, but then it would
Yeah.
have like a big ass wedge.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's very like 20.
I also really, really like the way that the like if you scroll to the photo of her wearing them with the socks,
Yeah.
the way that like right where the ankle hits, there's like a kind of a dip, you know?
Yeah, like this.
Super
Yeah.
chic. Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I'm also not my most liquid, so hit me up when you buy that shirt and I'll pull the trigger
and
on
that's
it.
when what's the men's stuff looking like here?
This is a random brand that I have bought a pair of sandals from before that I love, but I have no idea if they're like
Oh,
real or if they're oh
there, oh,
oh
mules.
they're there.
Okay. I honestly do kind of like these guys.
Yeah, those
Cool.
are fun.
Okay, very cool. Um, okay,
Okay, you're fine.
I'm just gonna flag one more thing, which is um where is it? Give me one second. I just found this great seller. I sent an email about this
Oh
today.
yeah, beautiful.
This guy just has so much, guy or gal, just
Okay, well,
has so
think really
many.
hard about whether you want to put everyone else onto him.
I know, well,
Okay, I love
email's
that.
already sent, bro.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's just like a lot. I was blown away by the price.
totally.
I don't know what the shipping is. Maybe are they in the US? Let's find out. Okay, they're in Thailand. Does that mean this is all fake?
I don't know. I mean, only one way to find out.
Yeah.
It can't be. There's
Um,
not that much. Like, I
no,
don't
I
know.
don't.
You think someone is churning? I mean, I have no idea. Honestly, the dupe economy is something that I have no idea about. But I find it hard to believe that people are churning out dupe Issey Miyake button downs at a sort of high volume. But maybe I'm wrong.
At both a high volume and one at a time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's a really cool one on email I sent out today. I'm gonna pull it up, a little self promo. That
The colors are so nice.
these two, number 5 and number 6,
Yeah.
these were made in a collaboration with the Central Japanese Railway, and they're sort of like the uniforms shirt that Yoji Yamamoto made with them. So I love this shit so much. And again, this is sort of like my North Star.
Yeah.
Just as I was saying, I'm kind of like nylon. I'm this the new me.
You're like, this is the new me.
This is like the new me, but still in touch with that old shit.
Yeah. I I really like that. I've never really like whenever I am shopping for a button down, I always avoid
Yeah.
the two pockets. But I
Yeah.
think on a nice square, like on a much broader torso than I have with broader shoulders,
Yeah.
I really like that.
Well, you just got to do more shoulder presses as well. That's your
I mean,
problem.
I mean, that's for sure. And especially, I mean, this is an entirely other podcast, but the way that the window is closing on all of the sort of beautification procedures that I was planning on getting in the run up to my nuptials, we're gonna be raw dogging this thing. It's just gonna be my normal face. It's gonna be my normal, everyday, regular body. Nothing special. And that's just on time flying and me not getting my shit together. I really had a lot of plans. I had plans for lasers and Botox, and I was like, this is the one time that I can
You're gonna
really.
look smacks.
I was like, I need to look. I was like, when else am I going to be able to look smacks with such a clear justification?
Sure.
And, here we are. I might just have a little tan, and that's as good as it's going to get. Okay, I have two more fun things from my travels. I found this little vintage Armani
Ooh.
little jacket shirt thing, similarly like jacket slash shirt in this sort
Yeah.
of
Wow.
pleated silk. And I
Ooh.
just texted you this picture, but when I bought it, the gal at the shop texted me this I don't know if you can pull it up on your computer,
Yeah. Or yeah. Let me see.
texted me this original advert of the model wearing the blouse in 1988, and it just really kind of broad
You
shopping.
texted it to me?
Yeah.
All right, give it a sec.
Once you find it, I'll repeat myself so that you can cut out all the middle part.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, let me share my screen real quick. So this is what you were saying. This was the original advert.
This is the original advert with the wearing the jacket. The looks like she has shoulder pads on in this one, and those are not
Oh,
wearing on my
interesting.
version. But I just thought it was such a fabulous. I kind of like wanted to try to see if I could track down the advert. I just like love. I guess I've never had that shopping experience before where someone has shown me where like
Yeah,
the thing being sold to me and being sold contemporaneously, like how they were styling it, how they were trying to sell it to women in 1988.
yeah.
There's
You
something
know,
very funny about that.
honestly, the gloves are kind of fire.
The gloves are sick.
I'm like, ooh, amazing.
And then the very, very last thing, this was the only non-vintage find, and I just really want to shout her out because she was really an angel and a sweetheart and a queen and a diva,
Mm,
was in the town of either Spoleto or Orvieto, I can't remember. There was
mm.
this designer who was fresh out of her studies at the University of Bologna, named Anna Tosti, and she hand knits these gorgeous
Wow.
mohair pieces with this little adorable velvet trim. And
Wow.
she was like so fab and just like in this tiny little village that no one ever goes to and no
Yeah.
one else lives in. And she just had a gorgeous little store. And I just want to put the girls onto Anna Toasty because I think she's going to be doing big things in the years to come.
Wow, Anatosi. We can we'll put that in the show notes.
We'll put that in the show.
That's the show notes for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Um, it was really fun. It was fun to and the kind of like the electrification, the electricity that happens when like I see her, she sees me, she knows she's about to make a purchase. I know that I've found the right like the only place in this little village that I would possibly buy something.
Wow. She probably yeah. That is very it's like yeah. That's very there's something Homeric about that. You know, she's found a mutual soul in the Mediterranean.
On that note, I have to make myself some food before I go have my own Mediterranean adventure and go watch the Odyssey at BAM for 3 hours.
Let's go. I've seen it twice.
Yeah, twice?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a little.
You're seeing it on the day that Emily Wilson said this movie sucks.
I know. I mean, she was sort of, I feel like she was sort of like slow dripping her criticisms.
Yeah.
And then today she went
She
all the way.
went
Yeah.
the verdict is in.
Yeah. I'm
This
excited to
shit
hear
sucks.
what you think.
Yeah, I mean I loved it. We could, fire sale movie hour maybe
Yeah.
when you're done. I loved it. Second time I understood the criticisms a little bit more, but
Okay.
first time was great. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more because I
Okay.
want you to have a good time.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
Sorry,
Well,
we both have to be back from Europe, but I'm glad to be chatting with you.
yeah, of course. I know. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. See you
All
soon. Bye.
Bye.